The plan for today is to...
It's simple.
What?
You didn't know that? That's what Ludwig used to start his stream with every single time for like a year.
Boys!
Yeah, like that. I feel like I could crush this with my hands.
Welcome to Wine About It.
Welcome to Wine About It.
Welcome to Wine About
we're
It.
Back.
Today we're gonna crush our microphones with our hands.
Oh, don't do that. We're back from Las Vegas, baby, and we are worn up and used and, and thrown in a trash can and picked back out and laid out like crumpled paper. That's us.
Ew. That's
you don't feel that
gross. Way? I do. I feel used.
I feel absolutely rocked, dude. I feel rocked.
I feel railed and ready. I meant not ready.
I don't like railed and ready.
You said you just said rocked.
Yeah. Like the Rock from WWE.
Oh, okay.
Gets rocked.
I feel like there's been TV static in my head all day.
Yeah, same.
And there's just nothing. There's nothing there. I feel like a melted void of nothingness. I want to drain out all my blood and replace it. Oh, I filmed a TikTok today. Do you want to see it?
It was awful. Did I see your TikTok?
Do you want to see it?
No. Well, sure,
Oh.
I guess.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. I just don't know how you plan on showing me. Is where the stress came from.
I'll show you like this.
Audio listeners, she's
Wait,
just showing me on her phone. Like the boomer podcast this is.
It's a Winnie.
That's nice. Little anticlimactic at the end there.
Okay, well. That's the work that I did today. I'm sorry you had an interview.
Wow. Yeah, I had an interview. And I did, we'll see. I'm pretty sure I did bad though. I fumbled over my words a lot. And
what was it for?
Sometimes I was just word vomiting. It was about the Gala for Good and TwitchCon weekend and like essentially what I care about on the platform and like what inspired the Gala for Good and blah, 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 and why I did it and how other like streamers can do more charity events and
you're just like, I don't
like,
care
just
about any of this.
go live, idiots. Yeah, just push go live and ask for money. And then keep it all.
That's the way to go.
Bozos.
Get famous.
No.
Get rich.
Get famous. Get loud. Go crazy.
Get wild.
Get wild.
The plan for today is to...
It's simple. No one says that anymore.
I feel like there's a colon after that, so then what's the plan?
Is simple.
The plan is simple. No?
No,
All
that's
right.
like the thing.
What?
You didn't know that? That's what Ludwig used to start his stream with every single time for like a year.
And then he wouldn't say a plan?
Boys, the plan is simple. Now I sound like a WWE. There's not today.
Wait, but then he would say what the plan is.
Sometimes he would, sometimes he wouldn't. It was just simple. It's not like the plan's simple. We're baking a cake. It's just like the plan's simple.
Boys!
Yeah, like that.
Anyway, the plan is simple. Today, we're going to go over TwitchCon to the best of our static brain abilities. And we're going to go through chronologically.
Keeps yelling at me.
Your cat?
Yeah. Durs. I don't know how to help you. I've already given you food. I've already given you treats. I've already let you sit on my chair. What else could a kitty cat need, you know?
Yeah.
You've got water. You got a litter box that's clean.
Maybe he wants to be on the podcast. You can be on the podcast if you want.
You want to be on the
Fine.
podcasters?
We're going to go through chronologically our TwitchCon experience. We're going to talk about the behind the scenes. We're going to talk about the good stuff and we're going to talk about the bad stuff. And that's it. And I'm going to periodically be looking at my phone because I've logged the whole thing and I need the reminders. So if I'm looking at my phone, that's why.
Yeah, I don't remember anything. I think
right,
that's
which is why I
be
have
our
the
hardest
vlog
problem.
footage. No, I
My
got
brain is a blur.
it. Okay, well, actually,
wanna
we were not
throw up.
together a lot of the time, so I don't know exactly
I know.
what you did.
I worked my freaking ass off. I think it's crazy because like a lot of streamers, I'm not like the other streamers. A lot of streamers are back like home and they're live and they're like, my TwitchCon experience, I've been hungover for 5 days.
How do you do that?
Guys, I didn't have one drink.
I
feel like shit. I couldn't imagine if I drank.
I had 2 drinks total this weekend. One was at the restaurant that we went to. Okay. Let's just go through it. Should we just start?
You're nervous about not staying on track. I can
Yes.
tell.
Or do you want to do it like that? We can do it like
your
that
mom,
also.
she forgot that I existed and it's half my fault. I just like to play the victim. I'll drink
2 drinks
alcohol
in
till
Vegas.
my friends come home for Christmas.
One of them was at a restaurant that was really traumatic for both Cutie and I. And another one was a little tiny baby shot, and that's all.
Do you like my little cuppy?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Audio listeners, I have a stemless wine glass that has a cat that looks like Durs in it wearing a tiara. And they sold it at Pier 1 Imports, and I loved it so much. It was a set of 4, and there were 4 cats with 4 sassy personalities. And then if you put it in the dishwasher, slowly the cats peel off. And all of my cups, they peeled off, and I was so sad. And I was like, no big deal. Apparently, Pier 1 Imports always carries it. Bingo bongo, Pier 1 Imports goes out of business. Are you freaking kidding me?
Did they?
What? I guess. And then one of my viewers found it on eBay. They either went on out of business or they discontinued this. So I'm not sure. I might be spreading false information again, by the way. But then one of my viewers found the cup set that I was talking about and I got it. This was like a year ago, but I'm not hand washing shit. So it's already started to peel off again and I'm really sad.
I hate hand washing things. If I have a dishwasher, it's going in the dishwasher.
Producer, is Pier 1 Imports still in business?
I don't know. Could go either way for me. I'll accept either answer.
Apparently they reopened a Sears in California or something.
Sears
Yeah.
Sears is out of business.
Yeah, but they reopened one in California. I saw an ad.
Oh.
I didn't read the ad, so I could be spreading false information on the internet again.
Oh, God.
For the 3rd time.
We're going to talk about that later, too.
I love gossiping, especially about Pier 1 Imports.
Pier 1 Imports exists.
They haven't gone out of business?
Guess not.
Hey, Pier 1 Imports, if you're listening to this, bring back these cups and make them machine washable, please.
They're cute.
Because it looks like my cat, and I like it. Except for my cat has like green, yellow eyes. If you could change the eyes to green, yellow, Pier 1 Imports, that'd be awesome.
Fair.
Thank you. I love cats.
The first video that I have on here, is you and me. I don't know what we're saying in there. I'm scared.
That is not really helpful.
Of fries. So I got to the hotel really late, and then
we
had dinner-ish.
Well, we should talk about the first. Do you guys? You guys know what TwitchCon is, right?
Oh, yes.
They don't know. Maybe there's like 4 people that don't know.
Okay. TwitchCon is a convention in Las Vegas where Twitch streamers and Twitch community members all go to the same place, and there are meet and greets, and there's stuff to buy, and there's booths, and there's events, and there's panels, and it's a weekend, and then you go home.
Yeah, and I didn't get to walk the floor at all, and then I was watching someone stream today, and they're like, I met the coolest merch company, and they make this, and I saw this cool keyboard company, and this really cool camera, they do like these wireless blah blah blah, and this cool new da-da-da, and I didn't get to walk the floor at all, and I'm sad.
I did walk the floor. Artist Alley was cool. They had a bunch of artists that were selling like prints and paintings and mugs and stuffed animals and stuff like that. And then there were booths that were like tech booths. So like tech companies had booths there. And then there was a charity corner where you could go and they were like giving you pins and talking about their work. And that was it.
Oh, that's interesting.
That was it.
Hi, come on up.
There was not much more than that at the convention, to be honest.
Then
people were just walking around, hanging out.
Cat just
there was a
stepped
food
on
court.
my dog.
So that was it.
Well, I drove in Thursday night because I had like an AT&T sponsor with a mentalist and a magician. The magician was so sick. I want to have him at the gala next year.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of it because I was on a plane, I think, when you were doing that.
It was really hard because I was doing it on, essentially it was like a podcast style plus mix in with the mentalist and the magician on a rooftop in Vegas. And I mean, AT&T did a really good job producing it. I'm not just saying that. The hard part was, since it was on a rooftop, there was so much noise, like people driving by. And then in Vegas, this bus would pull up every 30 minutes and just host like an impromptu concert and fill people up and like take them to the gulag or something. I don't really know. And then
Vegas is so loud. Just perpetually.
Yeah, they'd be out there singing. Meanwhile, I'm trying to hold conversations with Lily, Peter, and Ludwig. And I have Voice of God in my ear, like production in my ear also, which is just live static. And his mic doesn't really work. And so I can't understand it at all. And then Ludwig kept saying offensive things and production kept being like, get him to stop talking about that.
Oh my God.
I know. It's really stressful.
That's really stressful.
But that's how I started.
There's also planes that are just constantly flying over your head.
Yeah, there was planes and helicopters. And
yeah, it's so loud. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I was on a plane. I got in pretty late, I think. And then after you did that and I landed, we met at the hotel and casino.
Oh yeah, we were staying at the Conrad and the Hilton. It's the newest resort on the Vegas Strip.
It's called Resorts World.
First thing built in a decade. The commercial kept playing in my hotel room. That's why I know that.
The Resorts World sounds like a old people's home.
Yeah, do they realize how tacky that sounds? Welcome to Resorts World. And it's like just a freaking Hilton. It's like, okay.
That's the thing that I learned about Vegas is it's all very tacky. It's all very decadent, but at the same time so cheap. And it's just, I don't like it.
Yeah, but okay, hear me out. I'm an old Vegas girl. Like, not like old Vegas, like old Hollywood, like more like, I don't know, like freaking 15 years ago Vegas, 20 years ago Vegas. It was so campy. It was
toddler.
I know, but like that was when Vegas is cool. Well, and old Vegas is actually really interesting too. But every single place, every single casino had like a ridiculous theme. And we didn't go down to the end of the strip. If you've never been to Vegas, it is so funny. They have like Mandalay Bay, which their whole theme is kind of like having the best beach. So their pools have sand. So they have like sand for like pools. So it's like a beach resort. And then next to that is like the Luxor. And like, it's sad because all of these like really campy ones, they're starting to get replaced with just like towers, which in my opinion makes me sad because I love the themes. I think it's so funny. Next to that is the Luxor, which is the pyramid one. So that one's shaped like a pyramid and it has big like sphinxes outside. And it's the one that has a light up at the top that you can see in space. Why? Yeah, we didn't go on that end of the strip, so you didn't get to see any of these like ridiculous ones. And then next to the Luxor, if you guys, I've said this before, my stepdad was from Vegas, so I spent a lot of time in Vegas. And so it was a second home to me for a while growing up. Next to that is Excalibur, and Excalibur is a freaking castle.
Yeah, I didn't see any of these things.
I know, it's a whole castle. And it is so funny. And it's like, and those ones used to be like nice, but now like the Luxor is one of the most interesting ones when it comes to like scary stories. Like it's like super haunted because like, you know, pyramids are like unlucky. And they also have the Titanic exhibit in there, and that's supposed to be like super haunted, which I went and saw. It's really interesting. But that, and like all the rooms, so they have like a normal hotel, like kind of tower, but then in the pyramid, they have some rooms that like go around the sides, and they're all like slanted and really freaking weird. And half the times like the elevators don't work, and like you like, you know, get in the elevator and with cockroaches and stuff, problems. Which we'll talk about elevator problems. But then essentially there's like MGM, oh gosh, Mirage is a good one. Treasure Island is the one.
I saw
yeah.
those names on buildings.
Yeah. So Treasure Island, their big thing used to be pirates, obviously. And all of these hotels used to have these shows. They were free shows as a way to get people to come to their hotel and then hopefully gamble. And all of these have kind of diminished. Like Bellagio has the fountain show, right?
Yeah.
But like Mirage used to have like tigers. Like you could just go see tigers. And so like, thank goodness that's been gotten rid of. But same with like MGM. MGM had lions. You could go over to the MGM resort and you could see lions.
Yeah.
And like the Flamingo, I believe the Flamingo still has flamingos. I could be wrong. Flamingo has flamingos. But now Mirage has this big giant like volcano show. And it used to be so dope at Treasure Island. Sorry, I'm ranting about this. At Treasure Island, they had this pirate show that would happen, I think after 6 o'clock. It happened like every 45 minutes or something like that. But essentially on the water, and the boats are still there, you can still see them. They would come out and it'd be like these pirates. Water. Yeah, they had like outside of Treasure Island is like this pool, and there's like a bridge that goes into the casino. But on the pool, there either side of it are these two big ships, and it's kind of like a man-made lake kind of. And what would happen is these like gorgeous, like hot sirens would come out on one boat, and then these pirates would come out on another boat, and it would be like a dueling show where they were like dueling each other, and it was like hot and sexy, and like
fight
pirates.
The sirens.
Yeah, because that's like the lore with sirens. The sirens are like so seductive and amazing, and they lure young men onto the rocks and then kill them or whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's such a cool show, and they used to have so many, like it was so campy.
Yeah,
it used to be so cool. And yeah, in like New York, which I don't know if New York producer, you might have to tell me if New York still exists. For some reason I heard it got replaced, but we didn't get to that end of the strip. But New York, on top of New York is like a roller coaster and the Statue of Liberty, and then you have Paris that has the Eiffel Tower, and then
that's
like
why there was an Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, that's Paris.
Interesting.
And then you have the Venetian, which is all. We didn't
there.
go to many other ones. We did go there, yeah. And the ceilings are painted like the sky.
What?
No, it's painted like the sky.
Did we go there? No,
we went to Bellagio. That's what you're thinking. Okay. Yes. Venetian, it's painted like the sky, and there's gondola rides like through the thing. You can get, there's a river through the whole hotel that you can go on gondola rides.
That's ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. Like, it's amazing. And then next to us was Circus, which is the circus themed one.
Yeah. That's a hotel?
Yes.
Oh.
And then in the back, they have like something called like the Circus Dome or the Fun Dome or something like that.
I would not want to stay in a circus themed hotel. That sounds really
It
spooky.
has like roller coasters and stuff as well. And then Stratosphere is where we went for the burlesque show we went to. On top of Stratosphere are rides that are like terrifying. Like, I don't know if you saw how tall Stratosphere was. Oh yeah. It's like, I believe it's taller than like the Seattle Space Needle.
And there are rides up there?
Yeah.
Like
Producer,
what?
could you find some pictures and like send them so Maya can see? There's this one ride that's a teeter-totter that it teeter-totters you off the side.
Off the
and you
building?
go back. Yes.
Yeah.
And there's another one that swings. And there's this a free fall one where essentially it's like bungee jumping but free falling. And then there's this other one that's like the rocket ride on top of like the needle. But yeah, it's like fun and campy, and I used to love the themes, but it's sad because all of them are just starting to get replaced with like towers.
Yeah. Okay. Our hotel was Hilton. Like, it was like a normal nothing. Yeah. There were no like themes in there, or no like crazy. Our producer died. Dude, fuck that.
What?
The picture.
Oh, you're seeing it now?
Of the ride, yes.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy?
Insane. Yes, it is.
But yeah, and so we stayed in a very normal, like, people really love the Aria, but like the Aria is relatively like a normal hotel with like some glitz and glam added to it. The Cosmo, we went to the Cosmo, and they had that beautiful display that we saw.
That was crazy. That was very cool.
Yeah.
Our hotel didn't have anything interesting. They had like a little hotel shop where you can buy a t-shirt or toothbrush, toothpaste,
yeah, it's so sad.
And then
like we went to
there's a whole
Caesar's
casino
Palace.
in it. There's a whole casino in the hotel, which is like...
Well, every hotel has a casino.
Okay, well. Then it was a very boring hotel for Vegas.
Yeah, it
was nice. It was nice. The elevators didn't work. But other than that, it was nice.
Yeah, the elevators were terrifying. Honestly, that place, they need to work on their shit. Like, I'm down to blast Resorts World because that was bad.
Neither of us fell in the elevator. I don't know if you guys saw WillNeff's tweet. WillNeff and like several other people, and Marsh, several other people in an elevator. There was like a bang in the elevator, and they dropped 10 floors, and then were like stuck there for a hot sec.
And then it just slowly went down and the doors open. And all that happened in that situation is they filled out a form. That's all.
What do you mean?
Like, they get out of the elevator.
The hotel. They're like, this happened. Here's a report. Incident. Yeah. Incident report.
Yeah. So while they're filling out that form, people are still riding that elevator.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So they ended up closing off the elevator. I think this happened on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And on Monday, the elevator was still closed off, which is crazy to think of. Like,
yeah,
I didn't see anyone working on it. I didn't see anything like that.
My elevator did not drop, but you guys know the movie Elf, Buddy the Elf. You know, he goes in the elevator and he goes like this and he presses all the buttons and he's like, it looks like a Christmas tree.
Yeah.
It was like that, except it wasn't that someone pressed all the buttons. It was a bug. And so I'm on the 30th floor. And when you get in the elevator, all the buttons light up. And so you have to go 30, 29, it opens, 28, it opens.
That is my nightmare, dude. I hate elevators.
Dude, it took me so long to get, I had a breakfast meeting that I was going to be late to because I couldn't, because it takes forever to get in an elevator because anyone trying to use it has to go up and stop at each floor. And so I was waiting for 20 minutes. I finally asked someone, I was like, can I take the stairs? I'm going to run down 30 flights of stairs so I'm not late to breakfast. And he was like, no, if you take the stairs, you're going to get stuck. And I was like, if I take the emergency fire exit stairs to get out of the building, I'm going to get stuck. And he was like, yeah. Like, what do you mean?
So bad.
Yeah. So eventually they had to take me around and we went down the service elevators, like the big metal ones. It was crazy. It's crazy.
Well, so she was in the Hilton. I was over in the Conrad, which they're all in the same thing.
Yeah.
But 90%, there's 2 bays, essentially, or 3 bays for the Conrad. You know, they do like 1 through 24 and 24 through 36 and then 36 through 55 or whatever. And half the time, one of the bays, just all of the lights would be just like, instead of saying what floor it's on, they would just be like dashes. So they just like weren't working. And you would just be like, okay, not getting on that one today. Or you'd get inside and like even with your card, because you'd have to use your card to go to a floor, right? So that people aren't just like going up to rooms. Right. And you'd use it and you'd push a button and just nothing would happen.
Yep.
But I was so anxious because we had to record Fear and up in the suite that Marsh had, which was on the 55th floor. I have never been more happy for those men to gaslight me in my entire life. I get in the elevator and I just WillNeff squeezes me and I go like this and I'm like, how close are we? How close are we? How close are we? And they're like, we're almost like, they're totally like talking to me like a child. And Will's trying to distract me by just like squeezing me or like turning me around or like just like lifting me up or something, like just distracting me. And then we got there. The way down was way worse. Cause I was
bet,
like,
yeah, it
was bad, but I hate
elevators. Did you go down by yourself?
No, Nandre and Will went down with me and they did the same thing. Like Nandre was able to be like, okay, we're almost there. Like, don't worry. Like, blah, blah. And I'd be like, what floor are we? What floor are we? What floor? And he's like, just count to 10. Just count to 10. And I'd be like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What floor are we? I was freaking out. I have a fear of heights. I specifically request under 10 floors. And so, yeah. So I was on like floor 6 chilling, living my best life.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I don't mind heights at all. I don't mind being on the 30th floor, but it's a pain when the elevator doesn't work and you can't use the stairs.
Well, and it's scary that you can't use the stairs. That seems like an issue.
I know.
Do you want to hear the craziest thing? This is the first time I've ever, like I said, I've been to Vegas so many freaking times, but this is the first time I've ever seen this. The Conrad or the Resorts World, whatever the fuck, they take cards at the table. And what I mean by that, so you're going down to gamble, you're playing blackjack. Usually you have to go to an ATM, withdraw money, go to the table, give your cash, they exchange it for chips. You can be at a blackjack table at Resorts World and just say, oh, here's my debit card. Will you take out 500? Insane, right?
Yeah, that's scary.
And they have this new thing. I've never seen this anywhere else. And I'm sure I haven't been to Vegas in a while, but usually you have to take your chips and you have to go to the cashier and get them turned into cash. And it's like a whole process and you have to show them your ID and all this stuff. Now they just give you a voucher at the table. You put it in a machine. It's like a fucking tokens at Chuck E. Cheese. You just put in the voucher and your money comes out. It's crazy.
I've never gambled.
I know. I really wanted you to gamble. Ludwig even left money, but we didn't have time.
I wouldn't have. Probably.
With Ludwig's money, you said you would.
I don't know. I would feel too bad. I don't know. I hate the idea of losing money for no reason. Gambling does nothing for me, as far as I know. I guess I've never done it, but I would rather just keep it that way.
It's kind of fun.
The hotel as a whole, there are a lot of funny things. One, like, you know, people say that they pump oxygen in there. It's like a nocturnal place, right? Everybody's just up all night, like gambling. There are bright lights everywhere. They're just like, stay here, gamble. Then you go to your room. There's windows where there would normally be like little hotel balconies. And I was like, I'm surprised there's not a balcony. Like, it's kind of nice out here. And my boyfriend was like, they would not put balconies in this hotel. And I was like,
yeah, you didn't know that?
Why? And he was like, because people would jump off of them all the time. And I was like, oh, because it's not just that there's no balcony. The windows don't open and there's iron rods on the other side. Like, hey, don't kill yourself after tonight. Like, okay. And then the curtains are just the most blackout curtains I've ever had in my life because they want you up all night, go home, close the curtains, sleep until nighttime.
Yeah.
Get up and do it all again. It was just like
you make bad decisions when you're half asleep.
I don't like
no, it's fun. It's cool. No. It was so funny because the last night, so I know I'm jumping out of order, but Sunday night when I was there is when that night I stayed up the latest because I was just catching up with some people and was in conversations. And as I'm in conversations, I'm sitting at this donut place and I'm seeing all like these streamers going to their hotel rooms at just 4 a.m, just the happiest campers in the whole wide world. Like, just streamers thrive in this environment. Like, I just saw them dancing, going to their own. I'm like, good night. And then everyone's just they're just thriving. Like, I can't think of a better group for Vegas.
I was exhausted the whole time. Friday night.
I was tired too.
Thursday night was fine. We didn't stay out that late. Friday night. Did we do anything Friday night? No.
Friday night. So Thursday after the sponsor, we went to this
to get food.
Is this place that has chairs shaped like eggs inside of Resorts World, and I got the poutine and it was actually freaking amazing. It was so good.
I got fries.
They were good. That place was good.
They were good.
And we just chatted, and the next day was the official start day of TwitchCon, which was my chillest day.
Yeah, me too.
But since it was my chillest day, I wanted a spray tan. And so we're sitting downstairs, and I had heard about this service that can spray tan you 24/7. We're sitting downstairs eating our fries. This is at midnight. And I go on there, and there's a slot for a 2 a.m. spray tan. And I'm like, I don't have to be up until 10. I'm going to freaking do it. And so I book it. And this lady comes. She was amazing. She comes to my room at 2 a.m. and I get in the shower and she gives me a spray tan and it was awesome.
And she's naked.
I wasn't naked.
She sprayed it in all her crevices.
No.
So you have a tan, like a spray tan.
Yeah, but it's gone now. Look at me.
Oh.
Look at me. The crazy thing is it's not gone. Here, I'm gonna show a little bit of my thigh. Audio listeners, you're missing out because I was wearing shorts when I got tanned. Yeah, but it's so funny because I don't look tan right now, but wait until you see the tan line. It's oh wait, maybe it's gone.
Oh,
you can't really see it in this lighting.
No thigh.
No, I mean you can kind of see it.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Isn't that funny? I'm
That's
that
crazy.
Pale that like
That's
even
crazy.
after my spray tan that I've scrubbed off, you can still like
So,
I'm still a little
How long
pale.
did it take? Like no time?
Like no time, like 30 minutes. The funniest part was that I put pasties on because I didn't want I wore shorts and then I put pasties on. I didn't want straps, but I took off the pasties and I just have big ass circles around my nipples. Yeah.
That's sad.
So, but it's fine. I mean,
You should
whatever.
have just let her do it.
But I was talking to her and she had so many cool like crazy stories.
Yeah, she's a 2 a.m. spray tan artist in Vegas.
She's like the most badass woman I've ever met, though, because she just runs this business by herself. Like, she's an entrepreneur. She is the one, like, you go to the website, she is the one that shows up. And you look at the website and it looks like a whole team. No, it's just her. She's just a freaking grinder. Like,
that's sick.
Yeah, she's badass. And she was talking about the craziest thing that I asked her. I said, do you have like creepy men sometimes? And she's like, yeah, that's the thing about Vegas, because a lot of companies can even disguise themselves as like escort services. And so sometimes like they can just like, they think they're ordering a tan, they think they're ordering a massage, and then they like try to take advantage of the situation, and it's like, no bitch,
we need to talk about this, because I saw so many cars. We talked about this as we were leaving Vegas, but we saw so many cars like in vans that have like billboards on them or like advertisements on them where it's like lonely tonight or looking for a lady,
direct to you,
and it's girls direct to you. I couldn't believe it. I thought like those were only fake ads on porn websites. I thought that's something that didn't happen. It feels like something that you would say like crazy that used to happen. I'm shocked that those services still exist and like flourish in Vegas.
Well, it's actually sad that Vegas prostitution is illegal, and there's different parts of Nevada where they are illegal. The importance of why it should be legal in Vegas is because then it could actually be like safe. Like it could be, it could be regulated. Exactly. But it's like, it's so bad that it's not legal in Vegas specifically when they're already kind of skirting the laws to do it anyway. It's just so unsafe for the girls.
What's legal is like you can hire a company and you can go on dates with them and like hang out, but it's illegal to hire them for sex.
Yes. So all this stuff is under the table.
But they're all pictures of like naked women.
But they're half naked girls saying, yes, I'll go on a date. I'll go on a date with you. Right. So
that's so scary.
Yeah. So it's just, it'd just be so much better to legalize it and then regulate it. Like it'd be just so much better. But
we could make that.
I know that's a whole separate topic, obviously. Yeah, I know. But for the sake of like Vegas specifically, I think it would just be so much safer for the girls. But yeah, it's crazy.
If we were crazy, if we were like unhinged and really good at our job, we would have hired one and had her on a podcast and like talked to her about. Oh,
I should have done that for Fear and.
It would have been so good.
Yeah, they would have the best stories. Yeah. I wonder actually probably they probably have like NDAs to work for their company.
I also just like I wonder how private they are too. Like that's like I don't want to be on film. That's so valid. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know how it works because like everybody I talked to in Vegas, whether it was just a lady sitting next to me on a blackjack table, everybody had goss that they were just willing to spew. Everyone in Vegas is crazy. Mm-hmm. Like,
yeah.
I won't say who because whatever. But someone that like worked with me during that weekend, they were talking about how like some of their friends are like escorts and stuff like that, and how like guys just like there's money for anything, right? Like she told me the story about like this guy. I don't know. For the record, she could be lying. She could just be saying shit, and now I'm spreading misinformation. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard. Okay, it's called gossip for a reason. Look it up. Anyway, she told me, this is not coming from a place of trauma. She told me that like one of her girlfriends was getting paid like $20K a day just to like be with a man and like compliment him and like be his hype girl while he dressed as a woman. I'm like, $20K a day is not bad for that.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
And I don't mean like
I don't mean that's sad in like in a pathetic way. I mean like that's so like it like hurts my heart to think about that. like hiring someone for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes me sad. What were we talking about before? We were talking about
Anyway, I ordered a spray tan at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
She came. She was so dope. She had so many cool stories. And I was asking her about like because I wore pasties and shorts, and I was like, do most people usually do this naked? And she's like, everyone just depends on like their comfort level. But I also have like sticky thongs you can put on, you know, if you don't want your coochie out. She's like, but I do a lot of like OnlyFans girls or like dancers. And she's like, those ones are always like so funny because it has to be like every angle, right? Because their job is to show every angle of their body. So it's like me, it's like pose left, pose right, forward, back, and then I'm done. But them, it's like, okay, now crouch now, because you can't have like your you know, your crack can't be white. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just like a funny thing to think about, that you have to be so much more. I'm like, you should charge more, because technically you're using more juice for all the crevices.
Well, yeah, and it's just being way more thorough. That's a harder job.
Something that was like really cool for her to say though was, I was like sitting there and I was like, I'm going to put on pasties because I'm not super comfortable. And she's like, I'll tell you what, like I do this so often. I don't even know what your body looks like. I'm just I'm just worried about coverage. I'm just making sure everything's covered. And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. And she's just like such a professional at it. It was so cool to hear a story, because she's just such a grinder, man.
I wish she was in LA for you.
I know, really. I'd hire her all
if
the
she
time.
came to your house at 2 a.m. in LA. That would be so sick.
So sick.
I've
She
never
was
gotten
cool.
a spray tan. I'm too scared of being orange, and also
you're
getting
tan
it on
already.
things. Like, did your bed get all tan?
No, that's
you
not
saw-
how it works.
Oh.
Yeah, you just dry. Now, so it used to be like that, but now it's not like that. You just dry and it's just on you now. Then you shower
sick.
10 hours later, or 12, depends on how dark you want it to be, and then that pretty much stops it from processing, and that's it.
Wow.
Yeah, the only time it would rub off on things if you get a cheap spray tan, but my girl wasn't cheap.
Nice. How much did it cost? How much does it cost to get a spray tan at 2 a.m. in your hotel room?
I don't know if I should say. It was $500.
Holy shit.
I know, but think of how much confidence it gave me for the whole week.
You did love your spray tan. I
loved
have
my
no
spray
idea.
tan.
I
wore
no idea what I
skirts
would
instead of
expect for
just
something like that.
leggings. I wore
Yeah.
crop tops. Like
It's true.
my arms were out. I wasn't just wearing jackets. Like,
Sick.
yeah, it gave me. I think it was $500. Well, it was middle of the night. She should charge me that much. I think it
Right.
gave me
Yeah,
$500
that part's
worth of
crazy.
confidence. Which,
Nice.
if I could pay, this is what I thought about, because it was for like 4 days that I needed it, right? And now whatever. So like $125 a day for a confidence boost for 4 days. I'm doing it.
Valid. That's fair.
Luckily, I have enough, disposable income to do that, and it's part of my job to like be confident. So I was like,
Right.
yep, worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That's sick. I got hair and makeup for me and all the girls that work at Alveus on Sunday. And it was like not bad. Actually, for 4 girls for hair and makeup, it was like $1,100, including the tip.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
But
Because most makeup artists in LA charge like 400 to 500.
Yeah.
And in Vegas, it's like 200 to 400.
225.
It was funny because I had a
each.
different makeup artist every single day.
That is
in
so
Vegas.
crazy and so risky. But you look great
every single day. I had a different one, because I was just like, I didn't know anybody. I was just randomly booking stuff. And so every day I kind of had a bit of a different look.
They all did really good though. Like nobody did
Yeah.
you dirty at all.
Well, one of them I kind of wiped it off a little bit,
Oh, sad.
but it's okay.
Okay.
It's fine. They
So
deserve
Friday
it.
night,
Yeah.
Friday night, we had food. She got a spray tan. Saturday, we started meet and greets.
That was
Saturday at
Thursday
like
night. You
What?
were only on Thursday night. We haven't even talked about Friday. Friday was the first day of the convention,
oh
where I tried to get a massage,
oh
and I booked
I
a
had an interview
massage at
in
the
the convention
Conrad
center.
Spa.
uh-huh.
Because I was staying at the Conrad. I booked a massage at the Conrad Spa for 10 a.m. because I moved everything back because I didn't have to be at the convention until 4 o'clock. This was my slowest day at TwitchCon. So I was like, I'm going to prepare myself for what's going to be a hell week. So at 10 a.m., I wake up, I go down to the spa for my massage. And as I'm in the elevator, I'm getting a call. They're like, you're late. I'm like, I know, I'm so sorry. I'm on my way. I get down to the spa and I'm like, hey, you guys just called. I'm here now. And they were like, we don't have you in the system. And I'm like, yeah, here's my confirmation number. And they're like, what? And I was like, you guys just called. And they're like, who? And I was like, you just called me. I don't know. And they're like, well, call it back. And I call it back and it's like, hello, thanks for calling the Conrad Hotel in Los Angeles. How can I help you? And I was like,
So sad.
and then they had no openings.
So sad.
So I didn't get a massage.
There's a Conrad Spa in LA, but not Conrad Spa at the Conrad in Vegas.
But it made me realize afterwards, because I then went upstairs and was pouting and sad after I got lost. I got lost on my way back. But I've never done like a spa excursion in Vegas, and holy shit, after Googling, they have like gorgeous spas there. I like wish I would have planned it.
I think there are things in spas that I would enjoy and a lot that I would not.
Yeah, because you don't want massages, right?
I don't want massages. And I don't want to be naked in front of people.
You feel so good. You don't have to be naked in front of people. Okay. Unless it's like Korean spas. You have to be naked.
And I don't like saunas. But I like hot tubs. A lot.
Yeah, sometimes they have really nice baths.
I love baths.
I don't think you wouldn't like a body scrub at all. Body scrubs they go through with like, you feel so good afterwards though. They like do salt everywhere and then they like lotion and then you're just like the softest little baby.
I think I would hate it. Yeah, I think.
But you'd like facials.
Maybe.
And maybe like your nails and stuff.
Yeah, nails are like.
I think you should try a massage someday. I think it would change your life.
I hate pedicures though. I don't want anyone to touch my feet.
Okay. You know what? Maybe a spa's not for you.
Yeah, I just don't think it'd be good.
But sometimes there's like hair treatments and stuff. I don't know. There's lots of things, but maybe someday.
So you did not go to the spa and it made you sad.
Yeah, maybe I
went to the convention at noon Friday. I had an interview.
For what?
Bloomberg.
What's that?
It's a news outlet magazine article.
What was the interview about?
About Twitch, about TwitchCon, about Alves, and about Dan Clancy.
Oh my god, how funny. What a variety of topics.
Yeah, I mean, all in the same. It was so quick. It was like 15 minutes or something.
Really? Has it been published yet?
No, I don't think so. I don't know.
Do you think you're good at like PR interviews?
I think I am. But I think you are too.
Well, except for today's
TV static day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I do all right with interviews. But it was really quick and that was I think my only thing for Friday. And then we had dinner. That's it.
Yeah,
right?
I had the Fear and meet and greet.
Yeah.
Which was very cute. But then I had to rush once I got in. Oh yeah, so I couldn't get in to the Fear and meet and greet because the boys didn't put me on the list, which is fine because I was added last second out of FOMO. Because they were all doing it and I was like, oh freak, like you know, and so I try to get in, security won't let me in. I will say this was the best security TwitchCon has ever had. Like, yeah, they wouldn't let me in. I even Googled my own podcast. I said, that's my podcast. See, I'm the girl in the picture. And they were like, no.
Yeah. They didn't let me into my meet and greet at the beginning either for a bit. Because I went over there. I was like, hey, I have a meet and greet at 12. And they're like, we won't let you pass here until we see your registration. And I was like, you want to see like how I like I'm the one doing the meet and greet. You want to see like how I got it confirmed that I have the meet and greet? And they were like, you can't come in if you don't have your registration. And I was like, it's my meet and greet.
I know there were a few times
I was like, I'm doing it.
It was embarrassing because I had like fans behind me that had just left the Fear and meet and greet that want pictures with me now. Yeah. So they're all crowding behind me while I'm standing at security and they're like, no, let her in. She's like a part of it. I promise. And I'm like,
it's so funny.
Yeah. So they got to figure out a system to fix those issues. But
yeah,
besides that,
it's a tough one. It's kind of like how at Streamer Awards, like you have to have front facing people that know everybody's faces. You know, so it's like if this person's trying to get in and this person has a plus or whatever, it's like
it's impossible task though.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But why did I rushed out. I left the Fear and meet and greet early because I had to be somewhere. Where did we have to be Friday? Because that meet and greet was from 5 to 6 and I left early because of something.
I didn't have anything until dinner.
What did I have?
I don't know. I don't know.
I did take my mods to lunch that day. That was nice.
That's nice.
But I don't know what I had. That I left the Fear and Meet and Greet early because I had to rush somewhere.
Did you do the AT&T thing? Like a booth?
No. But then I got home and I changed and we went to dinner.
We went to dinner with Peach and Sear at the Bellagio. And there was water fountains, but not like the ones you drink out of, like ones that went like 100 feet in the air, something
They're
crazy.
Famous.
We went to it was wild.
Yellowfin, is that what it was?
Yeah, Yellowtail,
something. But the food
I don't know.
was good.
It was really good. Yeah. I got a cocktail and I rushed myself and because I wanted to order because everyone else had ordered and I wasn't ready, and so I accidentally got a cucumber cocktail and I hate cucumber. So it was a little gross. But it's okay.
And then after that, we went to Buddha's Suite because everyone was going to Diplo.
Yeah.
We didn't go to Diplo.
Buddha's Suite was crazy.
It was so incredibly large.
It was so large and so fancy. I felt like it was in a Black Mirror episode. I was like, what's going on here?
I just realized so they had a fruit bowl on the bar and Maya took a peach.
Yeah.
And I took 2 plums and I said, I take these now. And I ate 1 plum and I put 1 plum in a pocket. I don't think I ever took that plum out of a pocket.
Oh, no.
So that plum is in a pocket of a jacket in my suitcase as we speak.
Ew. I ate my peach. It was not good, actually. It's really bad.
The plum was good.
But the suite was crazy. We were not there for very long. I walked in there and I was like, I'm not supposed to be here. Like, this is way too much. Way
so
too
fancy.
Nice. It was so fancy.
They had a gym in it. They had like a conference room.
There was like a
pool.
hair cutting
They had their own
chair.
private
There was a
pool.
pool. There was
They're fancy bitches.
a kitchen. There was a dining room with one of those really long, ridiculous, like Addams Family tables.
It was cool.
I really like Buddha and Abby.
Well, you're a broke
It was
bitch,
too much.
So.
Yeah, it was too much for me. I was
Well, there
like,
were
I
other
don't
people
feel
staying there
comfortable in
too,
here.
I believe.
But
yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know how much it costs, but I bet it's comped. I bet it's comped.
I don't know.
Because I think XQC was staying there too. We didn't get to see him, but I think he was staying there too, and he's obviously a Gamba guy, so I think it was comped.
So this is Friday night.
Friday, we like barely did anything then, huh?
Yeah. That was it. Because
Wow.
I think I went home.
Yeah, we went home
that.
after Diplo. I gambled.
Oh.
And then I went to bed and I had hair and makeup Saturday. Saturday was my hell day.
Yeah.
Saturday was
a lot.
awful.
We had our meet and greet at 12. I think.
12 and I was late.
12. And yeah. And Cutie was late. I got there. The whole line was there. Cutie wasn't there yet. And I like went out and I was like, hello, everybody. I like ran down the line just to say hi to everyone because I was stalling. Cutie got to the convention, took her shoes off and sprinted to the meet and greet. And we did our 2-hour meet and greet, which was really good. Everyone was great.
Everyone was really great. I can't think of like any weird interactions or anything like that. There was the one guy that had a step on him, but I don't believe it was because he also had Canute and S-Fan step on him. And if it was sexual, then he has great taste because obviously me, you, Canute, and S-Fan are all the same type. So
right. I didn't know he did that. That
big,
makes me
strong,
feel better.
burly.
That's funny.
Burly. Yeah, he said he did. He was like, he's like, it's just a thing.
Don't worry, it's just my thing. Like I just want to do it really quick. Yeah, he laid down on his stomach and he had me and Cutie step on his back.
But good news is I have a ton of extra stickers and Maya has a ton of extra tattoos, so we might mail them out to the Patreoners. As in we should, because otherwise we have nothing to do with them. So
I would like to figure out how to do that.
Yeah. You just ship it to Christine and then she can throw them
cool.
in.
Easy.
Yeah.
I was talking to Amaranth at the dinner that we had on Sunday night, and talking about like fan interactions and stuff. And I was like, yeah, my only really weird one was a guy had a step on him, and she's like, oh, that happens all the time. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
she's
right.
like, oh, that's nothing.
I was like, oh yeah, no, that was not weird. That happens all the time.
The craziest fan interaction that I heard of, did you see Nicole T? She's a Just Chatting streamer. She's gorgeous. She had a guy come up to her, like a man come up to her, and it was like it's so nice to finally meet you. Like it's been so great talking to you for like whatever long or whatever. And she's like, what do you mean? Like, what are you talking about? And he shows her this account that they had been like talking on, and it was a fake account. He was catfished by someone pretending to be her and went to TwitchCon to meet her.
How did he take that? Do you know?
He was just like shocked, and she handled it the best a human could, where she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's nice to meet you though. Like, what do you do?
Oh my God, that poor guy.
I know, right?
How embarrassing.
I know.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
That
I hope
one
he
was
took it well, and I
crazy.
hope he wasn't like mad at her, because that's kind of scary.
There was no, he wasn't. He
Okay.
seemed just like shocked. There was one point during our meet and greet. I think there was a few times over the weekend where I just got overwhelmed because it's like, I don't know, we're just stupid. Maybe we're not stupid. You're not stupid. I'm stupid. I'm not like super stupid. I'm just
What are you
kind of,
talking about?
where it's just like we just chit chat on the internet. Like we're not
Yeah.
like this sounds
Yeah,
like
like,
we're not
what are you doing
talented.
here?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like what are you guys
Like, why are you
doing
here?
here? Like what is
Yeah.
happening? And I got the only time that there was 2 times where I kind of had a moment of almost emotion and then I dissociated out of it. But
That's huge.
we were talking to that guy who was like, I flew here from Brazil, and he had like this really like nice like thing to say, and it was just so overwhelming to think like, holy shit, this person flew from Brazil
I think he was from Mexico.
and this is how he is choosing to spend his time. You what?
I think he was from Mexico.
Was it? I thought it was Brazil.
I think, who knows?
Because I
don't
said,
remember.
hey, from Brazil.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was just,
he was
yeah,
very nice.
that was a little overwhelming because he was just really, really nice.
Yeah.
And then Whine About It, when we did Whine About It live, just looking at that group of people of
So
all
many
the things
people.
to do at TwitchCon, they're in that room just listening to us chat, blew
Dude,
my mind.
One of my weird moments from that was the line for the panel wrapped around the building, right? And right before we started, I went to pee. And so Pluto took me out of the building to pee. And like I had to like walk through the line to like get to the bathroom. And I didn't even make a joke. I was just like, gosh, I gotta pee really quick or something. And both sides of the line laughing.
Yeah.
Because they were like looking at me and they're like, oh my God, Maya's so funny. And I was like, like, what do you mean? It's
the vibes in
bizarre.
that room were immaculate, I will say.
Yeah, they were all really nice and
It is
really good
exactly
at laughing
how I
when
would
we
hope
said
our
things that were
audience
supposed to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I also couldn't get back in the room, which was really embarrassing because it was in front of everybody. And I called you because I was locked out and you didn't pick up. And so I had to go around and walk past the entire line and be like, they won't let me in. And then go through the front door.
You didn't realize as well, Maya was in the bathroom and why I didn't pick up was because I was arguing with Twitch staff because
Oh my
they
God.
wouldn't let us sit on the table.
They want us to sit normally like the other panelists behind the table with like sitting there with the mic in front of us because that's how they set it up. But it would have been a really weird vibe for us to do that.
Yeah. And they were like, why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you just tell us that you wanted like bean bags or something like that? Like
I didn't know what to expect. I
didn't know
I thought it
either.
was going to be on a couch. Like, I don't know.
Me too.
Yeah.
But it was very formal, kind of like sit down behind microphones with a thing in front of you. And I was like, can we sit on the tables, please?
Like a
And he
press
was like-
interview. It was set up like a press interview.
They were so stressed about our safety. They were like, no, like blah, blah. And I was like, please see. And I while you were calling me, I was I was climbing up on the table, like standing it. He was like, please
Dude.
don't do that. Please don't do that. And I was like,
You're a
it's
nightmare.
safe. And they're like,
Oh my God.
I was really testing.
Yeah,
I was
they
being
were
an
not
asshole a
happy.
little bit.
A couple
But
of
then
them
they
were
were
like
really nice, though.
super down to like make it what
Yeah.
we were talking about. And then some of them were like, these girls are so annoying and they need to shut
I
up
know.
and just sit down.
But I'm happy we
Yeah.
sat, at least bare minimum, we sat on the tables. Because even
No,
at
I
one
think it
point,
was-
my
yeah, I
agency
think it was
was
great.
running downstairs and stealing bean bags from places. Because I was like, can we sit on bean bags? Like,
Yeah.
please, like, blah, blah. And so we had bean bags up there, but then they wouldn't let us put the bean bags on the table, and they wouldn't let us take the stuff off the thing to just sit on the bean bags on the stage. Yeah. So then that's why we just committed to sitting on the table.
I think sitting on the table worked. I think it was fine.
Yeah, it worked. It worked just great. I'm happy we did it.
And I think our panel was fine.
I think it was good.
It was good.
It went better than I expected.
We did not know what we were going to talk. Like, as people were walking in, we were like, so how are we starting this? Like, what are we saying? What do we do? And I was only prepared to take questions. So I was like, I have nothing to talk. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, I didn't want to start it with questions because it just felt too, like, not us.
Hey, guys.
And so that's why.
Go ahead and ask us a question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those moments filtered in pretty well, like tangents, like even off of questions. Like, I don't know. I think we did a good job. I'm happy we did it. Everyone's like whining about it on tour.
Oh, no.
No, guys, we're not doing that.
No, I'm good. It wasn't scary. Okay, it was only scary because I didn't know what we were going to talk about at the beginning. But like being up there
too.
Being up there once they started asking questions, I didn't feel like nervous, so that's good.
Though I'm gonna shout out the guy who asked like, freaking, what's your most embarrassing moment? You jerk. I'm gonna say it.
I did not know how to answer that question.
That is so hard to think of in the moment. Like, what's your most embarrassing moment? Like, I could not. Yeah. And so like Maya, I could see Maya's wheels were turning. She could not think of something. So I think of the first thing that comes to mind, and like, I don't want to tell that story, but I'm just trying to fill air. And so it was pretty funny, but it was really cool. I'm really happy to have done it. It was a very cool experience. So
yeah, I was sick. And everyone was really, really great. Like, everyone was really cool.
But that was Sunday. I mean, I think, I don't even know. I don't think we necessarily need to go in chronological, especially because the episode is almost over.
Well, it's way too late. We're done.
I know. I don't know how we just talked for so long about random stuff. It's because I went on a 20-minute tangent about whatever. But
Vegas.
We went to a burlesque show Sunday night.
I don't know if it was a burlesque show.
Do you want to talk about it on the Patreon? Because you made a face that you were like nervous to talk about it.
I'm not nervous to talk about it. It's just a lot to talk about. I didn't really know what to when she said let's go to a burlesque show. I kind of like I envision like classy dancing, like maybe a little bit of boob, not that much boob, like sexy, but like tasteful sexy. The show we went to was not tasteful sexy.
Crazy.
It was insane. It was crazy. And if I went with anybody else, I would never live it down. Ever.
The Rouge. Why?
If I went with anyone besides you, I would be so embarrassed to be sitting there with them. I couldn't do it. Oh,
really?
Yeah, there's no way.
I did keep checking in on Maya. I was like, you're good? Like, you
yeah,
like,
I thought it was funny, but only because I was there with you. If I was there with, like, anyone, I don't even know. I can't think of another friend that I would be, like, comfortable, except maybe Peach. Because, like, she's Peach. But, like,
so funny.
Anyone else, I would just be so, like, we're both looking at this right now. Like, what's going on?
We were definitely laughing at parts that you're, like, not supposed to laugh at that are, like, some of them were, like, supposed to be really sexy, but I just could not help it.
We'll explain on the Patreon.
Okay.
I saw things I've never seen before.
We're going to go to the Patreon now, then. Thank you guys for watching. This was a really chill episode. I hope you guys liked it. If you're kind of getting a little bonus because of the
panel.
The panel. But thank you guys so much for the support. Genuinely, everyone that came up to us at TwitchCon, thank you so much. Thank you for those that came to the show. If you didn't get a chance, a lot of you are in the audience and you didn't get a chance to trade friendship bracelets with me. I'm going to figure it out. I haven't tweeted it yet because the Swifties are mad at me and we're going to talk about it on the Patreon. But I think what I'm going to do is like for like 2 weeks and wait for me to tweet it out for 2 weeks. If you ship me to my P.O. box a friendship bracelet, I will return a friendship bracelet to you. I think that's what I might do. So just stay tuned. If I think I can pull that off logistically, I might not be able to do it until like January because we're going into the holidays, which are crazy. But just know I feel so bad about not being able to trade friendship bracelets with those of you that came into the live audience that I'm gonna figure it out because I feel bad. But yeah, just I want to thank you guys, and we'll talk about the burlesque show, and we'll talk about the Swifties, and we'll talk about some more drama on the Patreon episode. But Maya, anything you want to say before we end this episode?
I like TwitchCon a lot. I've only been to one other one, and it was in 2019. And it was a very different experience. I don't really know what to expect for this one, but it was way less scary than I thought. I thought it would be like a lot and like super overwhelming and super scary, and it was mostly just fun, like exhausting, but mostly fun. And yeah, so thank you for not being scary.
Yay! Thanks for not
And
being
thank you to
scary,
those of you who are
guys.
Whine About It listeners that came up to me and said that I was huge and scary in person.
Yeah, it was so funny because at first, because on last week's episode, we like told them to say that or whatever.
Yeah.
We're like, tell Cutie that she's tiny and small and
They
tell
did.
Maya that she's huge. And the first time that someone came up, I was like, what are you talking about? They were like, Maya, you're so huge. And I was like, you're weird.
I only had one of those where a guy, he didn't say I was huge. He was like, hey, you're really scary in person, by the way. And I was like, oh, am I? like, what do you mean? And I was like, oh, you're doing like the bit. I see.
We like forgot about our own bit.
Yeah.
Which is normal, I suppose. Apparently, we invited Prezzo to Cirque du Soleil. I have no memory of this.
I have no recollection. Maybe they're collectively gaslighting us. I don't know. I'd have to look back in the video. I don't remember saying that.
I don't remember saying that, but apparently we did. Anyway, going to the Patreon now. Thank you guys so much. See you
Like and
over
subscribe.
there. Like and subscribe.